Marcus Aurelius said, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they cannot tell good from evil." It is a fact of life that some people hold us back while others push us forward. In this video, we'll discuss 6 types of negative people we need to avoid, as well as strategies for dealing with them. The reality is, we can't hang out with negative people and expect to have a positive life. More importantly, even if you do everything right, if you surround yourself with people who have lower standards, you will be more likely to fail. So, who are these 6 types of negative people, and how do we deal with them? 1. Drama queen or drama king. Almost all of us have a friend who enjoys being the center of drama, who has charisma and a strong personality, but also drags us into their melodramatic personal life. They always have pressing issues that require your assistance, and you kindly help them. Then there's another problem, and another, until you realize that for these people, problems are their ninja way. They crave attention, and by exploiting these problems, they control your life. They may appear weak and helpless, but these individuals are master manipulators. They have a pattern in seeking help. They often use flattery and convince you that only you can help them. By drawing your sympathy and your desire to be a good person, they trap you in their drama game. However, if for some reason you cannot fulfill their requests or when you're not available, they will label you as selfish and seek someone else. These drama queens or drama kings violate the basic principles of healthy relationships, which are balanced between giving and receiving, nurtured by listening, empathy, caring, and mutual respect. They always crave admiration and attention but cannot or will not reciprocate. Although there isn't much we can do to change them, we can change our responses and protect ourselves from getting trapped in the drama they serve. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, here are some steps we can take. First, establish clear boundaries and don't let them cross those boundaries. For example, if someone keeps contacting you regardless of time, set a strict schedule for your availability. Practice a balanced approach. Determine how far you're willing to help, but also be firm with boundaries. Don't let them take advantage of your kindness, so they don't take over your life. Second, maintain emotional distance. Avoid becoming too emotionally involved in their drama. Stay calm and objective. Third, avoid asking about their feelings. Drama-prone individuals tend to seek attention in this regard. Inquiring about their well-being can invite their venting or complaints, so try to limit interactions that encourage them to share their problems. Fourth, don't respond to their drama. They seek attention and are likely to drag anyone who responds into their drama circle. Instead of reacting, focus on your own life. If necessary, say something like, "Sorry you feel that way, but I have work to do." Fifth, focus on yourself. Pay attention to your own needs and well-being. Don't neglect yourself just to fulfill their demands. Sixth, recharge your energy. After interacting with drama-prone individuals, take time to engage in refreshing activities like walking, meditation, or listening to your favorite music. Don't get caught up in the negative atmosphere they create, but find ways to restore positive energy. Seventh, find support from others. Seek friends or groups that can provide support and understanding when you feel trapped in their drama. Eighth, if all efforts fail, consider stepping back. If the situation continues and there's no positive change, you may need to end the relationship. Clearly state that you need time to focus on yourself right now. Don't feel guilty, especially if the relationship with that person is very close. Ultimately, we can only change ourselves if we want to see real change. By following these steps, you can protect yourself and ensure that your energy and time are not drained by these drama kings or queens. The next type of negative person is 2. Stubborn individuals insisting you must be someone else. Unfortunately, family and old friends often fail to understand how you've changed and grown over time. They also tend to label you unfairly based on who you used to be, and it's easy for you to eventually accept those labels because you feel that they're true. In the long run, it's always better to be unappreciated but true to yourself than appreciated for being someone else. In reality, good relationships are ones that help you grow into the best version of yourself without changing you into someone else and without hindering you from being your old self if you desire. The only way to ignore stubborn people is by not caring about their opinions. When you disregard their opinions and choose to remain true to yourself, you open yourself up to achieving true love, happiness, and success. You don't need to pretend to be someone you're not. You can't control what others think of you, but you can control how you respond. Let them judge. Don't feel threatened and don't sacrifice yourself just to please them. Let people love you for who you are, or let them go if they wish. As Marcus Aurelius said, if you do not worry about what others think, say, or do, but only about whether your actions are just and godly, you will gain time and tranquility. The next type of negative person is 3. People who always belittle your dreams. Epictetus said, "Nothing truly stops you. Nothing truly holds you back. For your own will is always within your control." Do you have detractors in your life, someone who might dampen your spirits to pursue goals and achieve dreams? Someone who, when you share big plans for the future, might consider it a joke or say that it's impossible to achieve. Someone who could even obstruct your steps when you try to develop positive habits or quit bad ones. Someone who hinders you from reaching your highest potential? If there are people like that, simply ignore them. If you give up and let their negative words influence you, then they will rob you of your life. You will lose your identity and live according to what they say, not as your true self. Don't let them steal your life. Stay strong and recognize the boundaries between their opinions and your own reality. Here are some ways you can deal with people who always belittle your dreams. First, redirect them. Some detractors provide opinions that can be very disruptive about your activities. In this situation, politely show that you're not seeking input from them and suggest that they spend time fixing their own situation. Second, address their objections. Detractors who merely throw baseless negative comments can be very annoying. If they speak without adequate knowledge, they need to be challenged. Show them facts supporting your path. If they persist, inform them that you will consider their opinions and share your experiences. You don't need to engage in a debate. Save your energy for more productive matters. Third, distance yourself from them. If these people constantly bring you down, stop associating with them. You can seek a new environment if necessary or avoid meeting with them. There's no reason for you to suffer because of the negative behavior of others who only think of their own interests. The next type of negative person is 4. Manipulative individuals. Epictetus said, if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. Beware of this manipulative type. They'll attempt to use their negative traits to manipulate your mind. Manipulators intentionally create power imbalances and exploit you to do what they want. They always prioritize themselves without considering others' needs. They'll demand your help, but when you need assistance, they won't care. Don't accept this behavior as normal. To deal with manipulative types, use these methods. First, avoid blaming yourself. Since a manipulator's way is to seek and exploit your weaknesses, making you feel incapable or even blaming yourself for not satisfying the manipulator. In such situations, it's important to remember that you're not the problem. You're just being manipulated to feel bad about yourself. Second, focus attention on manipulators by asking probing questions. When they make unreasonable demands, shift the focus back on them by asking, does this make sense, or is this fair? This helps expose the unfairness in their requests. Third, use time wisely. Instead of immediately responding to a manipulator's request, use your time to think it over by saying, I'll think about it. Use this time to evaluate the pros and cons of a situation and consider whether you want to negotiate for a fair arrangement or a better option for yourself. And if it's detrimental to you, don't hesitate to say no to them. Fourth, maintain distance. One way to detect a manipulator is by observing whether they act with various masks in front of different people and in different situations. Manipulators tend to have very different behaviors, being very polite to one person and very rude to another, or appearing very helpless at one moment and very aggressive the next. Your task isn't to change or save them, so if you can't deal with them, then distance yourself from them. The next type of negative person is 5. People you've tried to please countless times. Epictetus said, "You have control over your own thoughts and actions, but not over the thoughts and actions of others." We've all faced situations where there's someone who enjoys threatening and demanding. In our anxiety, we try to keep the peace by catering to all their wishes, attempting to make them happy no matter what. The reason behind this action is our desire to be liked and to feel relaxed. However, this behavior is highly unhealthy. It leaves us feeling lost, confused, and unappreciated. When we constantly try to please others, we lose ourselves. We think that being kind, accommodating, and conflict-free is the right path, but keeping our true selves beneath the surface won't help anyone and will only attract people who are harsh, selfish, and merciless, who instead of appreciating that we've prioritized their needs, treat us like a doormat. They don't even acknowledge our efforts. They always find opportunities to criticize us when we can't fulfill their requests, no matter how small they are. Therefore, it's important for us to disregard people like this. It's better for us to stop trying to please them. We should let them go and not let their negative energy destroy our happiness and well-being. We can confront them by changing our attitude towards them by: first, confront and understand your feelings. Ask yourself why you always want to please someone. Is it because you want them to be happy, or deep down in the depths of your heart, do you feel afraid and insecure? Recognizing your true reasons can help understand why you always strive to please others. It's usually because of wanting to avoid negative feelings such as fear of rejection, fear of disappointing others, fear of criticism, fear of loneliness, and feeling guilty. Second, set clear priorities. When someone asks something of you, don't immediately agree without considering whether you truly want to do it. Often, we feel obligated to give a positive response because we think it's the right thing to do or what's expected of us, when in fact, it's the wrong motivation. When similar situations arise, give yourself time to think before making a decision. Conscious thinking requires effort and practice. Third, express your desires and opinions. There's nothing wrong with doing so. It doesn't mean you're selfish. Simply by reminding others that you're an individual with your own preferences, you've taken a big step. Fourth, learn to say no. If your tendency is always to say yes, even when you don't want to or even if the situation stresses you out, start learning to say no. It might take practice, but let others know when you can't fulfill their requests. You don't need to seek elaborate excuses or exits. Just firmly say no or no, thank you. The next type of negative person is 6. Unforgiving friends who refuse to forgive you. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Marcus Aurelius. If someone refuses to forgive, the problem is no longer with you, but with that person. Holding on to an unchangeable past is wasting energy. Mistakes are part of growth. If someone continues to judge you based on your past mistakes, you need to leave them. What you need to ensure is: first, forgive yourself. Think about the last time someone sincerely apologized to you. Did you forgive them? Chances are you did forgive them. But have you forgiven yourself? Perhaps not. The truth is, forgiving yourself is much harder than forgiving others because you're stuck with negative voices in your head all the time. Second, try to love yourself. You may have been tough on yourself, but now is the time to shift from the past and start moving towards self-love. Third, learn from mistakes and improve yourself. An important part of forgiving yourself is understanding where you went wrong towards the person you hurt. Understand your mistakes, acknowledge them, and improve so they won't be repeated. Ignoring negative people doesn't mean you hate them or wish them ill. It just means you care about your mental health, because if we don't take care of it ourselves, then who else will? Every time you remove negative things from your life, including the 6 types of people above, you make room for more enjoyable and positive things. Leave a comment below about the type of person you want to ignore and how you plan to do it.